Hey guys, Anish Majumdar here, career coach to the fiercely ambitious, back at you today with a special video on the career principles that some of the greatest CEOs I have ever had the opportunity to coach, to advise, to work with know that most people do not. And I cannot wait to share this with you. All three of the ones I'm about to show you were absolute aha moments for me, like complete and total game changers, okay? So I hope you are excited. I hope you've got a notepad. I hope you've got a pen, because this is going to be really, really useful. And if you apply this well, it is going to have an immediate uptick on your career prospects and where you're going and how quickly it takes you to get there, all right? So buckle up. This is going to be fun. So guys, many years ago, I was working with one of the first CEOs. After many years of trying to break into the career coaching business, I had succeeded in working with some executives. And so this was one of the first CEOs I had ever worked with. And I'm looking at this person's journey, right? This amazing, amazing journey that this guy has, right? He's worked in finance, he's worked in IT, he's worked in operations, right? He's taken major, major risks across industries, right? And I asked him a question that I think many, many people, might ask, which is, how long did it take you to get strong in all of these areas? It seems like it would take someone like 5 lifetimes. And what he told me was something that I never ever forgot. He said, Anish, it is not about being perfect in any one thing. It is about knowing enough about these things to be dangerous. And that is trap number 1 that otherwise deserving professionals fall into. They don't know what the next step is, and some well-intentioned person says, hey, get another degree, get another certification, get another piece of training, right? And so there goes another 6 months, there goes another year, there goes another year and a half. And the time that should have been spent with you solving problems gets spent on this wheel. How many people do you know that you would call lifelong intellectuals, academics? They have no desire to solve real problems. They're basically 40 years old. They spent their whole life in college. That's not you. That's not the path of a leader. That's not the path of a CEO, and that's not the path usually of someone who does really well. Understand, do you have enough? Do you know enough right now to be dangerous? Do you have what it takes right now to start solving problems with what you have? Let me give you an example. Let's say you're a marketing expert, but you also have a bit of an operations background. You also have a bit of a talent background. If all you're looking for are higher level marketing roles, how is that operations and talent side coming into play? Now, if you were to rebrand yourself as an advisor to businesses who can pull together marketing, sales, operations, talent into a cohesive whole that allows us to grow faster than anybody else, now you're talking about something differently, right? That's called focusing on being dangerous, not being perfect. That's called focusing on impact, not another skill set. And what leaders understand is that it is mostly about impact. It is very little about skill set, and training and education don't make me laugh. So that's tip number 1. Focus on being different. Focus on being dangerous. Don't focus on being perfect. And in most likely, stop going after that advanced training or certification. It's not going to cure what ails you. All right, guys, tip number 2 from the greatest CEOs on planet Earth. All right, here's number 2. Done is better than perfect. Let me repeat that. Done is better than perfect. How many times have we heard this? Oh, you know what? I've outgrown this role. I've outgrown this opportunity, but my resume still needs work, my interview strategy, I've always been weak in that. You know what I mean? Let me just let some more time go by. Listen, you're going to be dead and gone before you ever get perfect. No one waits around for perfect. People need help right now. Businesses need help right now, not when you get around to it. To focus on anything else makes it about you, and it makes it about your ego. And one thing CEOs, leaders of all stripes understand is it's not about me. It's about you. It's about what you can do differently today, which means whatever preparation I have, it's got to be enough to see me through that next step. I don't have time to get focused on that perfection. So if you've been holding off on branding yourself, building that relationship, getting some calls on the books, identifying pain, closing some offers, taking some risks, exploring some opportunities right now on this day when you're taking this video, stop what you're doing, take a step. Take a step. CEOs, leaders, they are addicts of action and impact. They are not addicts of perfection. In fact, when it's imperfect, you can build a muscle that says, I'm exactly where it needs to be. So that's number 2. Done is better than perfect. All right, guys, last tip. Make your POV noise-proof. Listen, Great leaders understand we live in a different world right now. Being politically correct is not going to cut it. Trying to be a jack of all trades and say, I can help anyone at any time, any company, anyone at any time, that's not going to cut it, okay? We need more. And what we trust right now are not huge institutions. We trust individuals with a clear, powerful point of view and a clear, thought out way of getting a result. We do not trust anything else. So I want you to ask yourself, what are you willing to make a stand for? How can you boldify your brand, your positioning, your talks, your conversations? It's time to stop pulling punches. If you know that one path works and one doesn't, why are you even giving the other side the benefit of the doubt? Why aren't you telling these people in these conversations, please don't do that? All right, you've got to find another way, right? But people don't do that. They don't want to burn any bridges, right? They don't want to, be thought of in any less way. So they make a stand for nothing. And they become evaluated like just every other Tom, Dick, and Harry, every other job candidate out there. Don't do the same, all right? Great leaders are thinking of ways to make their brand stand out and their positioning stand out in a different way without having to do with all of that. And the reason they do that is by moving in a place of honesty, plain English, okay? No corporate BS, no insidery talk. So they go honest, they go deep. In other words, they start talking about the stuff that is really going on here, right? If I am a marketing expert, what I am talking about is not marketing. What I am talking about is growing the business. What I am talking about is keeping our people safe. What I am talking about is strengthening the customer connection, the things that you care about, not the things that I care about, right? And the further I want to go in that, the more I can point out what all these idiots in marketing are doing, right? The people who are the opposite of me, the people who in every field, in every niche that I can think of, 80 to 90% of them don't know what the hell they're doing, or they're just using yesterday's paradigms. Do you think that that works right now? In our post-pandemic world, do you think there's any chance for that to work? Of course not. So take some risks, pull that string, and make it clear. This is what I believe, this is what I don't. This is what's right, this is what's wrong. If you're with me, this is gonna take you all the way. If you're there, your suffering will never end. Make your point of view as bulletproof as you possibly can, as simple as you possibly can, and as deep as it possibly can get. That will immediately help you stand out from the pack and start associating you as not just a solution to a number of problems, but the answer to what ails us that can be solved as only you can solve it. That's the magic, right? That's the path. That's what we're going for, okay? Keep hustling, guys. If you want to go deeper into my world, helloanish.com, HELLOANISH.com is where you need to go next. Do not hesitate. It will be the best decision you've made all day when it comes to your career, all right? Keep moving forward, guys. Now is the time. Now is the moment for you to get everything that you wanted and more. Talk soon.